So I know the season has been less than ideal so far for the Minnesota Vikings. 0-3 and thoroughly embarrassed the first 2 weeks was not how they had the season planned, as well as just snatching defeat from the jaws of victory against the Tennessee Titans and this entire COVID mess introduced by the Titans. Thanks. Hey, thanks. So obviously 0-3 is not the way that Vikings fans want the season to go, but also I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite on the tank for Trevor. Fail for Fields, and also no pants for Trey Lance trade yet. And also, by the way, say the Vikings end up with the number 1 overall pick, and say Trevor Lawrence is like, F that noise, I'm coming back to school. It's entirely possible, because maybe Trevor Lawrence doesn't want that evil put on him, Ricky Bobby. It's something to think about. Anyway, so the Vikings 0-3 head into Houston, a game that everyone has picking Houston. There's a reason why they're 4-point favorites, even though they're 0-3 as well. And they have one of the worst offensive lines in football, one of the few O-lines that's actually somehow worse than the Vikings. J.J. Watt is a shell of himself. They got no one to speak of in the secondary. Their linebackers are overpaid and meh. So it's whatever. I fully understand why the Titans, pun intended, why the Dynamos of Houston, just like this football juggernaut assembled by Bill O'Brien, the smartest general manager in professional football, where he traded the best wide receiver in the game in his prime for a second-round pick and the corpse of an overpaid running back. Just absolutely, we're talking about like Ozzie Newsome level personnel decisions here. So yeah, Bill O'Brien, we get it. He's a football maven. There's a reason why the Vikings are going to go down and they're going to get shredded by 4 touchdowns. F that noise. Nah. So we talked about the stages of Vikings grief. So after the game on Sunday and Monday, you're just like, all right, just lose all the games, just rest everyone. Shelve Daniil after he gets a second, third, fourth opinion on a herniated disc, which sounds very unpleasant, by the way. Yeah, I'm sure that it is terrible. Play all the rookies and then just get rid of Kirk Cousins' contract, start over. And then all of a sudden, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all of a sudden Saturday and Sunday morning, I'm just like, hey, go out and win a damn football game just for my sheer enjoyment. And yes, it is purely narcissistic, but every single fan has this. Hey, instead of making me feel bad about myself, bad about my life, bad about the 16 bags of Tostino's pizza rolls that I have in the freezer, just like Jeffrey Dahmer's freezer, except it's not human. Now, it's just deliciousness, right? So, yeah, don't make me feel bad about eating half of those from stress eating in one game. Just make me feel good for 3.5 hours, huh? 4 hours. Let me be able to talk ish to the people at work. My team actually won a game. La-ti-da. They actually look good. Just for 1 second. And this would be a quintessential Vikings game to win because no one thinks they can win. And everyone and their mom is betting on the other 0-3 team, which is just so damn depressing. Plus, with all the COVID nonsense, only 2 days of practice, they do have to travel, and it's just like, okay. But again, this would be a Vikings game to win. It's very akin to, well, this season is starting to shape up like the 2010 season in terms of craziness, where 2010, you had Brett Favre coming back, you had Randy Moss back for a month, Brad Childress got fired, the dome freaking collapsed, there was a home game against the Giants in Detroit, and then, of course, Tuesday night football. So there's a late season blizzard and the Vikings game against the Eagles, where the Eagles are 14.5-point favorites. Because remember, that was peak Michael Vick. That was back when Andy Reid was still there. It's like, we're going to win one. And then no. I say nay, because the 5-9 Vikings, led by Jumpin' Joe Webb, Blazer, as well as Antoine Winfield Sr., damn straight go in and put the bang thing on the Eagles. And yes, did it change the Vikings draft status in 2011? Did it push them out of range of legends like Jake Locker and Blaine Gabbert, and then they had to settle on Christian Ponder? Sure. Whatever. Because as you all know, the higher draft pick you have, the less chance of a bust that they will be. That's why every single number 1 overall pick, that's why is a Hall of Famer. That's why every single top 5 pick is a All-Pro. That's why every single top 10 pick is a Pro Bowler. Please. Do you think that a team could have a mulligan again, go back in time to the 2017 draft? And it's like, would you rather have the first quarterback selected, or would you rather have the second quarterback selected at number 10? Huh? What you gonna pick? Well, one is Mitchell Trubisky Ponder. The other is some freaking guy, right? So again, not all draft picks are guaranteed. Just go out and win a football game. Like we said, and also it is a cliche that the hardest game to win after an international pandemic is the first game. So the Vikings get that win under the belt. Should have been last week against the Titans. Could you imagine what this team would be like at 1-2? Woo, woo. We would be insufferable, even more so. But Vikings 1-3, all of a sudden they get it done, and then also Seattle. By the way, even though Russ is playing at MVP level, that offensive line is still garbage. Jamal Adams is dinged up, as well as Seattle is number 32 in the league against the pass, so you can throw against them. All of a sudden, Kirk Cousins, no fans in CenturyLink Field. Oh, looky. Kirky gets it done on Sunday Night Football. Vikings go 2-3. And then you got the sad sack Atlanta Falcons. I actually want to spot the Falcons a 20-point lead, week 6. That's what I'm going to do, right? Falcons still may be winless by that time. All of a sudden, you get to buy at 3-3, and baby, you got a stew going. Vikings will be favored in 6 of their final 11 games. Their final 7 games are either indoors or in Florida. So guess what? Despite what all the haters and losers want to say, the 2020 Vikings are not dead yet. They are not roadkill. They have not ceased to be quite yet. Danielle Hunter, we'll see. We'll see about that. But the offense starting to get together. Gary Kubiak actually remembers how to call plays. Kirk Cousins, Kirk Tober is starting off. Dalvin Cook is starting to get the rock. And guess what? He had a career high in rushing yards last Sunday, $181. Justin freaking Jefferson is finally unleashed. Him and Adam Thielen are going to become the Batman and Batman yet again, the best wide receiver duo in tandem in the NFL. Vikings offensive line, they'll figure it out. Defensive line, Afadio Denebo is finally starting to come around. Yannick Ngakoue has strip sacks in back-to-back games. Guess what? It's going to be 3 in a row. Oh, guess what? It's going to be 4 in a row. That's what he's going to bring. All of a sudden, that heat is there. Eric Kendricks, it's almost addition by subtraction. Getting rid of Anthony Barr, getting Eric Wilson on the field more. 54, leading the way. He's going to be that dude. Harrison Smith has got to be pissed off the way that he was called out by Mike Zimmer. He is a captain. He was a leader even before he had the C. He's going to get done the secondary. The cornerbacks cannot be as bad as they possibly shown. Jeff Gladney, he's a prideful dude, got to internalize that and get back after. Cameron Tiny Dantzler could be back on the field on Sunday. Woo! Let's get this party started. This team is not as terrible as they showed the first 2 weeks. This team is pretty much that team that you saw in the first half against Tennessee, and they can't let it slip away. So this team is pissed off for greatness. And by greatness, I mean maybe 9-7, sneaking in the 7th seed. And again, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And get out of here if you're one of the fans and be like, oh, I'd rather go 0-16 than go 9-7 and make the playoffs. Baloney. You talk to a Browns fan. You talk to a Jets fan. You talk to a Lions fan. You want to make the playoffs or have a top 5 pick? What do you want to do? All those top 5 picks haven't worked out. You would think. You would think with all those Hall of Famers and all pros on your team because, of course, you're guaranteed top 5 pick. Great player. But get out of here. But I'm fired up. Bring it on, Texans. We got the ish. We got the meats. Let's freaking go. All right, so your thoughts. Vikings going to beat the Texans. Woo! Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.